Hi folks, Fuzz here. I'm just loading up Final Fantasy 15 from Steam Big Picture mode, so it can just take a minute. We'll have to just wait for it and then we'll get started as soon as it comes up here. And as it's loading, I'm just going to go ahead and prepare myself for the stream, so I won't be a moment. Okay, so I've checked the mic and that's working fine. Hopefully the game audio is going to come through here as well. And I believe it is, so we'll go ahead and load our save game. Continuing on from where we finished with the stream last night. And hello and welcome to those just joining us. I can see a few are logging into chat. And we do have to wait for the loading screens here. Unfortunately, Final Fantasy 15 is quite renowned for its lengthy loading screens. It has been since the days of PS4 and Xbox One. And things are improved slightly with the Windows edition. But I'm not using an SSD here to store the game for various reasons. So that obviously doesn't help. My rig is GTX 980 Ti with a 5820K Intel processor, 16GB DDR4 memory. And I have actually got two SSDs running in RAID 0 mode together. But I haven't got my Steam library on them due to just how big that's got. So I've got a whole lot of storage space which that's stored on. So the game itself runs fairly smooth, to be honest. I've got it, I think, set to high settings, and the rig itself is probably a couple of years old. I think it was 2016 or the end of that year, or 2015, I can't remember which when I built it. But this is probably the longest loading time you have to put up with, which is when you first start the game, as you kind of teleport around then. Unless you're going long distances with the fast travel option, the loading screens do tend to be faster than this one. Right, okay, looks like we're good to go. So I'm going to start by heading out and getting some of the optional hunts and quests done that are around the area. But in fact, before we do that, I'm just going to speak to some of these people. So we'll start by seeing if the manager has got anything to tell us. I don't want to rest at the moment, so I'm going to select that. Right, so we've got a quest here, and we can also speak to Dave. Now, Dave wasn't available in the demo.
Hold on a sec, sir. I found an envelope addressed to Meldacio inside the package.
Meldacio.
But hopefully he'll be back to normal, as I would expect him to be.
The headhunter ought to be around.
Now, this is the full version of the game.
Making one more delivery?
What do you say, Noct? Might as well while we're in the neighborhood.
Yep, he's over here.
Well, look who it is. I really owe you boys one.
Make that two.
Can't seem to catch a break. Looks like they found another one.
Wait, found another what?
Yeah, see you later.
Tag.
Cheers, Stanley.
Us
Thanks for stopping by.
Our person at all times as identification.
What? In case you forget who you are?
More like so no one else forgets.
Yeah, greetings to those that have just joined us as well. I can see a few more have come into chat.
Sometimes these tags are the only things that make it back.
So this is our second live stream of Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition. We did go for an hour and a half or so last night.
I'm out here to do just that. If y'all happen to find any tags lying around out there, would you do me a favor and send them my way?
Yeah, sure.
Word is somebody spotted a tag around these parts. Try asking the local tipster. He'll point you in the right direction.
So there is a whole host of stuff we can do now apart from the main story. This Gone Hunting quest is the start of quite a lengthy side quest actually for Dave there. And the rewards are quite impressive as we go through it. Not necessarily immediately, but later on they do get a little bit more exciting. So I'm just going to check some of the vendors here. We can purchase a Final Fantasy II soundtrack for the car.
Till next time.
So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we're going to pop into the diner here. You can actually play games if you want to. Justice Heroes. So Justice Monsters, even 5. But the actual good arcade machine we want to use doesn't actually appear until a little bit later on.
You boys must be hungry.
So as before, you want to select the talk option. This will add various locations on the map that are going to be of interest to us. And we're going to go ahead and select a couple of new hunts. So these are actually quite challenging.
Good luck to you.
Ultimate Gamer, hello mate, how you doing? Thanks for joining us today. So that first hunt we picked up is actually a nighttime hunt, which makes it even harder because the demons tend to come out at night. But we'll go ahead and accept them all anyway.
Take care out there.
Man, that smells good.
And since it has turned night time, we could go ahead and have a look at where those hunts are located. So if we just go down to quests here, we can see it's not too far away from our current location. So let's go ahead and select that one and see how we get on with it. We could possibly use the car, although I'm not sure if we can really use manual mode at the moment. I think that becomes available to us a little bit later on. Let me just check this. Ignis tends to have a wobbler if you try and drive at night time anyway.
The roads are perilous at night. Let us wait for morning. I won't stop you, but there's a thin line betwixt bravery and stupidity.
Okay, so let's try that again. Oh yeah, we can do manual drive.
It's rather dark.
So the demons do tend to come out and attack you even when you're driving, which is why Ignis was trying to warn us there. And we get an achievement for manual driving. That's interesting. So I'm just going to check the map here. Yep. We want to head down south. So we'll turn around if we can. And make our way.
Lady Luna Freya of Tenebrae has issued an official statement regarding the forthcoming treaty.
Words cannot express the joy in my heart on receiving word of this coming peace.
So we could run to this place manually, but
playing a part in this
driving does seem to be quicker.
On this joyous occasion, some have voiced cause for concern. The fear I will be unable to fulfill my duties as Oracle.
Now, just as a side note as well, you're not actually able to save your game while you're in a hunt area. At least I didn't think you was, but apparently I was wrong. So I am going to go ahead and save there.
You will find me in your town.
I'm thinking that's something that's been changed
Always have, and I shall continue
recently.
to bless you.
I've not really tried playing with the keyboard and mouse yet, Ultimate Gamer. I think I'm so used to this game from PS4 having played it with a controller up until this point, that I'm just sticking with what I know, which is why I'm using one.
It's in the treaty?
Simple formality. One of those symbols of peace deals.
It's good to try and get kills with warp strikes, because you tend to get more AP then. Just make sure you have those accessories equipped, is what I've learned.
What's that? I do?
Where's the enemies gone? Wow, I didn't realise we warped so far away. Hi, Hugo. I'm not doing too bad, matey. How are you? Just going for some more Final Fantasy 15 here. So we completed the first part of the game yesterday on our first stream. And we're just going to continue on from there. But we're doing quite a bit of optional hunts and what have you to start with, guys. So there's so much optional content in Final Fantasy 15 that it does make sense to really try and stay on top of it. If you want to do it, of course, it is optional. But there's an item here, look. So these red items are ones that we do want to pick up. A high elixir. Macy. I've played this game a couple of times on PS4 already. So this will be my third proper playthrough. I played it through twice on PS4. I never actually got the Platinum trophy though. The one thing I was missing was getting Noctis's fishing up to level 10. I just got incredibly bored of fishing.
Time to go.
Alright.
But everything else I did get done. I got like 99% on the trophy score. Ah, thank you for the subscription. Oh, super chat. I heard the dingle before I saw it on screen. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Thank you, Messi. Oh, okay, Hugo. Yeah, the archive should be up there now. One thing I'm doing as well, guys, if you're playing along...
Everybody out.
Aye, aye.
Wow, I completely forgot we could take it off-road like that now. So much has changed since I really last played this game.
On the top.
What was I saying? Oh, yes. So one thing I am doing, guys, is using the footage from the live streams to create a walkthrough, but with all the fluff edited out. So like an hour and a half or 2 hours of footage is getting cut down to 20-30 minutes. And it will be a great step-by-step guide for those of you that want 100% the game, but don't want to watch all the cutscenes and all the car travelling on YouTube when you're going to be watching that yourselves in your own gameplay.
Welcome.
I did actually like the fishing until I realised how much I was doing of it, and then I just had to take a break from it, and I never got back and finished it in order to get the trophy. So it was such a big grind, that was.
Can I take your order? Happy to tell you about the area.
Oh yeah, that Final Fantasy 7 walkthrough, that was ages ago, but it's still even quite popular today. I'm not sure why YouTube liked that one so much, but they really did promote it for me, so... yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you. Okay, so we've gone ahead and done the first hunt there, and handed it in.
Thanks for your business.
We're probably going to want to rest up now, since the other hunts are available to do in the daytime. And we can either go to a campsite or rest here at the motel. Oh, you like the fishing as well, do you, Ultimate Gamer? Okay, so what am I doing now? Oh, yes. Let's have a look at quests. Oh, there is one more quest we could do at night time. But it's a level 14 one, so I'm not sure if we're going to be strong enough to do that yet. It might be worth coming back to a little bit later on. For now, let's go ahead and rest for the night.
If you need a room, we got one.
Oh, that's interesting. 300 gil is what it should be, but it's going to cost us 150.
Could crash right here.
I can't remember off the top of my head why that is. But I'll take it. Bit of discount. And we'll get a little bit more experience here because of staying at a motel. So we should actually level up. Yeah, there we go. Level 6 now.
Hey, this one's pretty good. I know. I dig it too.
Right, so now that it's daytime, I'm just going to go ahead and eat a meal at the diner, just so we've got a nice buff going, ready for the next set of challenges. And what I'm going to do is just drive around in the car.
Well,
We're going to complete some hunts, and we're going to speak to some of the guys that are stuck on the side of the road and need
have a look
assistance.
at the menu.
Oh, that's a good one. But 1400 gil's a bit steep. Even so,
Can do.
some nice extra damage there.
Oh yeah, here it comes.
Ah, DLC discount is it, Mark? Which one was that? Which DLC was it? Thanks for confirming that, by the way.
I dare say I could make this a camp.
Is that the holiday pack, is it, or something? The holiday booster pack, is it that one? Possibly.
Thanks for your business.
I could eat a horse.
Right, so I'm going to look at the map here now. Because these guys that we're going to be wanting to speak to are scattered all over the place. So if we go ahead and track the level 8 hunt while we're here, which is actually not too far from our current location. We can bring the map up as well and see what else that there is. So starting from here, we've got a few people scattered around. Tide of Running is actually more located over here, so we can head over there. Okay, we need to actually start heading back north, really. So let's start by heading in the car and going over to this first hunt. Hiya, Greg. Welcome, mate. Yeah, that's true. You do get free food at the camps. You just use the ingredients that you found out in the wild. Oh, wow. Okay, Mark. I'm interested in knowing what DLC this is. The reason I ask is because on the PS4 version of the game, I had all the DLC, I'm sure I did. And I do not remember getting discounts on everything. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, that's interesting, that is. Everything seems to be half price. I wonder if the 10,000 gil hotel that gives you 3 times triple experience bonus is only 5,000 gil. That'd be awesome if it was. Well, let's spend 5 gil and fast travel. Although, to be honest, with the loading times in this game, the distance that short, it might not have been bad to drive. Although the loading times do actually depend on how far you are fast travelling.
Certainly.
Yeah, I know.
Hang on, it didn't go anywhere. Okay, I do want to drive because I want to take the car to other places after this. And I can't do manual driving now. Okay, we can't select it, that's why. Alright, we're going to run, then we'll return to the car, and then we'll drive to those people that we need to rescue afterwards. So we want to head down here. Yeah, so I was just noticing, guys, that most of the stuff that we was spending gil on was getting discounted by half. And Mark was just saying in chat that there's some DLC content that's causing that to happen, since the Windows Edition and Royal Edition of the game comes with all the DLC content that's been released over the last year. But the thing is, on the PS4 I had the Season Pass, and I do not remember getting those discounts, so maybe my mind's just misplaced that information, and that I did get it, or something else is going on here. Either way, I'm not sure whether it's a permanent thing or just a temporary buff. Okay, so the coins and that, like I've just picked a coin up there, I believe can be used to craft with magic, and then when you cast those magics, you'll get experience bonuses. Well, now this hunt could be a challenging one, so hopefully we'll manage it okay here.
Ready for this?
So the level 5s aren't too bad. If we can pick those off first, might be a big help. And with block, you do actually have to hold the key down rather than just pressing it. Otherwise it doesn't work.
Outstanding. Yep.
Right, there's another level 5 over here, so I'm going to try and target this one. I'm using the Ragnarok weapon, which is really powerful actually. Let's go for enhancements as well. Yeah, doing a nice bit of damage now, since our weapon has been imbued with the weakness of the enemy. Another level 5 here. And now the level 8s at last. Let's try and break the horn. You do tend to get a bit of extra items if you break the appendages and the horns and what have you. Right, and last one now. And we've done it.
Knew I could count on you. Was that perfect or what? I'll give you that.
Right, I could be imagining things, but I do seem to remember there being an item around here. Yes, there. Let's go and grab that, shall we? The items that are shown on the map tend to be better quality than items that are not shown on the map. Just checking my phone a sec because I'm running here. See if we can get this infinite stamina trick to work. Yeah. You do have to be quite sharp on that timing. It does have to be, I think, where the bar is literally just about to expire. Oh, I forgot I was supposed to be following my little marker to the item, wasn't I? Apparently it's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. A green choker. Well, we've already got accessory slots used up at the moment, so one thing I could briefly do is just see how far it's going to be, or how long it's going to be until we can unlock further accessory slots, especially for Noctis. Hiya Abby G. Welcome to the stream, thanks for joining us. Oh, thanks for that, Greg. Yeah, it's a few years old now, actually. I did spend quite a bit of money on it when I did it. But I did that hoping that it would last a few years. And so far it has been. Which is good. Right, here's the accessory slots. So we can go ahead and give Noctis 2 here. And I guess we can give 2 to somebody else. It doesn't really matter who. Let's see how we get on with that. So we've got all these accessories which come as part of the DLC content. We just needed the slots to equip them. So Tech Turbocharger is going to be quite useful at the moment, since we don't actually have access to Armiger anyhow. So we'll go ahead and equip that one. Key of Prosperity is probably a good one as well, so we get more items. And I know we need to learn something else here. Hang on a second. One of these items... Oh yeah, I was going to say where should stop friendly fire, but we've already got it equipped. That's fine then. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and return to the cart. So now with those accessory slots, we should be getting some more items when we kill enemies. Let's go ahead and make a save.
Huh.
And I'm just going to see where the closest location is for us to start speaking to some of these NPCs that have various different issues. Right, so there's a tour we can do. We already did a tour yesterday, but there is going to be another one. So we'll make our way around to that the long way so we can speak to some people along the route here. And the first one is going to be this way. So we're going to head over to the campsite.
Everything in order?
Yep.
I'm trying to do everything here as well, guys, including all of the optional hunts and what have you, because I'm using this footage to create a walkthrough series, a heavily edited walkthrough series without all of this fluff such as driving and what have you. But hopefully that'll help people as well. Oh, I love the way you can select the old Final Fantasy games as soundtracks for the car stereo. So one of the things about Final Fantasy 15 is there is a heck of a lot of driving to do. Now fortunately you can fast travel around the place, but there's just tremendously a lot of travelling in general. And that's mainly due to the fact that it is a you know, an open world game and there's a lot of different content you can choose to do as you play.
Still a bit of a walk from here.
Hi folks, welcome to those joining us in chat. I can see a few more have logged in over the last few minutes. Come out of that. Okay, go to the map here. I'm just going to go ahead and mark where this first quest person is. And they're actually fairly close to this thing here. I'm thinking they're about there, so I'm going to mark that. 900 feet. It's a bit annoying that I've got no manual drive at the moment. I think that's because I selected Ignis earlier on. Ah, brilliant, Greg. Oh, well. Good luck with that. Are you going to be playing Final Fantasy 15 on it then? What graphics card are you using, by the way, Greg? Oh, I remember this guy now.
It wasn't my imagination.
He's located somewhere around here. There he is. And this is why I suggested yesterday on the live stream to make sure you're stocked up on potions, antidotes and repair kits. Since these random people that are littered around the map will require one of those items in order to complete their quest. But it's good for experience and sometimes other items and stuff as well. Or gil, as is the case on this occasion. Ah. Just grab some of this loot. There's a few items I think we can pick up from in this tunnel, but mostly just crafting stuff.
This will make a fine paint.
Well, I'm not going to worry too much about going any further in at the moment. let's head back to the car. We need to come out of the dungeon, the tunnel, sorry, before we do. So there are different dungeons around the game as well, which we're going to be able to explore. Some of them quite early on as well. And one of the exciting things about dungeons is they tend to lead to a royal weapon. And if we get all 13 of the royal weapons, we can unlock a new feature in the Royal and Windows edition of the game called Armiger Unleashed. And I have made a video on that, so check that out if you're not sure what that is. But it's a really powerful new feature, and one I'm looking forward to getting on this particular playthrough.
How far are we going?
Got plenty of time to figure it out.
So don't think there's anything around this car. Ah, okay then, Greg. Hopefully that'll keep you going then in your new computer. Hello Samuel, welcome to the stream. Oh, congratulations on beating Final Fantasy XII. And you got all the Espers as well, fantastic stuff. Well done, mate. Right, we're going to head over now to another one of those little quest thingies. So we're going to have to just take where the auto travel is going to allow us to go here. And I'm thinking it's going to be around about here. So where's the closest we can travel to? Because that's fairly far, isn't it, to run from here? I think it's about there. That's miles away. There's nowhere close, is there? There's actually a campsite just up here. But unfortunately, I haven't discovered it yet. It would mean having to go to Hammerhead. It's a bit of a mission, but let's do it. At least we can unlock another campsite then as well. I'm sure we can have a chat as we go on the journey here. Yeah, the 1060's a pretty decent card actually, Greg. I've actually got a 1050, which is not as good as the 1060, obviously, in one of my children's computers. And that plays most games that you throw at it on fairly low settings, but most modern games do play on that. And the 1060 is quite a big upgrade to that card, so it should serve you well if you can get one of those.
Great range of wares here. Paradise for a technophile like you.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just mark on the map here where it is I'm trying to get to. And I believe... let me just zoom in a bit here. It's around here. And it's a broken down car. There's also some daggers located not far from there, although they're not going to be an upgrade for us, because we have the Mage Masher's daggers, which are part of the DLC content. So now we've just got to run there. And it's not the shortest run in the game, it's 0.42 miles. I'll be so happy once we've unlocked chocobos and can just race around to our heart's content. Interestingly, not everybody knows this, but chocobos in this game are a purely optional feature. I know everybody gets them and everybody uses them, but you could technically go through the entire game without ever having the ability to unlock them. That would be hard work, mind. There'd be a lot of extra running involved. But it is theoretical. Theoretically possible, rather. I've not seen it in 4K, to be honest, Samuel.
I don't think so.
And you'd know.
Not exactly hard to tell. A guard like hers...
My monitor displays in 1440p. Although because of streaming, I've only actually run this game in 1080p. But I would like to see the game in 4K. I do not actually have a 4K monitor or display though, at all.
Is anybody out there? I definitely heard something.
Okay, I heard the cry, and it's a car we're looking for. Interestingly, I haven't overclocked the CPU, and the reason for that, even though I've got a CPU that is specifically designed for overclocking the 5820K, and I purchased it with every intention of overclocking it, I've never actually really felt the need to do so. But now you've mentioned it, it reminded me I might get around to doing it, because it's quite easy to overclock that CPU. And I have got the cooling to do it, as you say. So I think I'm looking around for a car here. And yeah, I think it's closer to the waypoint marker that I put down. Hello, Adam. Yeah, 4K gaming is still a bit hit and miss, isn't it? Even with the latest generation of graphics cards,
This feature is known as a saber task.
you can get FPS drops and what have you. So it does seem that displays have pretty much overtaken graphics technology at this point.
Heartless.
Yeah, don't think we'll be befriending any.
And on we go.
Ah, Titan X, very good. Ah, so a few more people have been joining us. Adam, hello mate. How are you? And Dave as well. Thanks for stopping by. So we're just running around the wasteland here at Final Fantasy 15. Completing a few optional objectives. And we need to give this guy a repair kit.
Thank goodness you're here. My car is stuck. What a relief. Thank you.
All in a day's work.
So the more of these we complete early on, the better. Because we'll make the most of the experience rewards and the gil from them. Later on, those amounts tend to become a little bit more negligible, if I'm being totally honest with you about it. Right, so before we go any further, I'm going to go and discover the campsite. In fact, before we discover the campsite, there is a weapon around here. I'm just not sure if we can access it easily from this side. I'll go and have a look. It's an Avengers weapon. It's called Avengers. It's a pair of daggers.
The hunt is on.
And it won't actually be usable by us. But for the sake of completion, I do want to show you where they are at least. One of the downsides to actually having all this DLC content included is that a lot of the weapons we find for the first part of the game are not going to be upgrades for us as they otherwise would be. Oh man, Adam, that is a long install time. What system are you playing on? Is that on console or was that PC? The download for Steam was about 75 gigabytes, and that was with the compressed files, so it's certainly a big game. I'm just kidding these guys for a bit of extra experience. They're not part of a hunt or anything. And we get 7 AP as well. Oh wow, I actually got A+ on all 3 of the report cards. I never get that normally.
Kill or be killed.
And personally, I...
Right, can we go and warp anyway and get our MP back? Can't see anything close by actually. Getting kills with warp strikes is good because you get more AP.
This one's just for you.
I've not downloaded the texture pack. Oh wow, Samuel, that's insane. I bet the game looks stunning for you when you play it then, doesn't it? No, I've not downloaded the texture pack, Dave. I heard that the install size was massive. But I've not had the need to because of not being able to play in 4K. But at least it is included as an option rather than something you have to do. Right, there we go. It's the Avengers. And I'm just going to show you the stats of that, even though it's not going to be too useful. Okay, so it's a downgrade for Ignis, who's currently using the Mage Mashers, which are part of one of the DLC weapons. I think that was a pre-order bonus, actually, from the original game. Now we're going to head over here where there's a campsite roughly located. And then we're going to make our way over to Hammerhead. Yeah, GPU prices are just insane at the moment, aren't they? And RAM.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of all this cryptocurrency mining stuff, isn't it? They're just very, very much in demand at the moment, those pieces of hardware. Right, so we're looking for the campsite here.
Last thing I need now.
You got all those arms at your disposal? Use them.
Looks like it's just ahead of us, actually.
Onward.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to reset the stamina there.
Didn't mean
So there's no tour located at this campsite. I'm just going to max out our magics, and then we can actually craft some magics for the first time. And the reason I like to wait until we've got 99 out of 99 is because you can increase the potency by using more as you craft. And we can actually increase that amount, by the way, through Ascension Points, so that 99 is not the cap. But for now, that's what we have to put up with. So if we head down to Elemency now, we've already got Fire Magic, so we can choose another one. Ice is actually useful, since you do tend to freeze the enemies as well. So we'll max that out at 99. That will give us 3 Blizzard R by default, but we can also stick an item in this and add an extra effect. For example, putting a Phoenix Down in will cast Blizzard R twice every time we use it, which is pretty good. The same with Elixir or High Elixir. So I think we'll use a Phoenix Down on this one. Or we can even use some of the treasures that we've been collecting. We can go for Dual Cast if we don't want to use a Phoenix Down. Or we could go for Quad Cast with a Beetle Shell. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Or we could go for some experience with a Debased Coin. So let's just go for Beetle Shell for now. And we can actually include more of certain items for a greater effect. And then we'll go ahead and craft. So we've got some pretty awesome magic there. Some Blizzard magic. Let's equip that on our action bar. And we have 4 uses of it. After which we'll have to craft some more. So we don't have many magic flasks at the moment. We've only got 2. Meaning we can't craft the other magics yet. I have seen that one, Dave. I haven't tried it myself. I was hoping it was just to be a costume for our characters. One thing that I've noticed you can download, which I doubt Square are happy with, is the Half-Life costume. And that's interesting because the Half-Life costume was only supposed to be available to those that pre-ordered on Steam itself, which I didn't. But instead somebody's just uploaded it to the workshop, so now everyone can get it. Which I thought was quite humorous. I'm going to go ahead though and equip the outfit that gives us more strength. Right, so we don't need to stay here at all.
And here we are.
Although it is getting a little bit late, isn't it? Maybe we could... No, I'm not going to, because the next thing we're going to be doing actually staying at the campsite. So we'll return to the car, which will take us back to Hammerhead. And then there is a tour we can do.
Want to come shopping with me, big guy?
Yeah, sure.
And that's located just up here. Is it this campsite? Let me just check on my map. It could be. Yeah, I think it is this campsite. So we want to stay there. Are the clocks changing this weekend, are they? Oh yeah, I think you're right. Wow. It didn't seem that long ago when we changed them. But no, that makes sense now.
Stinking hot.
Yeah.
Just going to mark the campsite so that I know where we're going.
Any plan of attack? All right, Thurs. Well, so around then.
Nothing to it. How many?
Time for some action.
Oh, look at that. We've got a nice amount of experience now to add on to our total. So when we next take on a challenging hunt, we can actually go ahead and use our blizzard magic, and hopefully that'll come into good use since we've boosted it with quadcast, haven't we? So where's the blizzard magic around this place? Can't seem to get it to show up. Oh well, let's stay the night, and that should actually kick off the tour,
All right.
which is a piece of side quest content. Hello Nicole, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us on the stream. Pizza doesn't require any ingredients, and it is actually quite useful. So I do tend to eat it quite a bit when we camp. And that pizza does look quite real, I've got to say. People were talking about it in chat yesterday. Right, we'll have our 1000 plus experience. Level 7 now.
Look at you.
Yeah, I know.
Why you gotta be so photogenic?
Hi Jack. I'm doing great, thanks matey. How are you? Oh, that's good to know then, Dave. Yeah, 970 is a good graphics card.
Yeah.
But it's a few years old now, isn't it? So, good to hear that it's working well with the game.
Mornings don't usually get along.
Might if you help me make breakfast.
Okay, so this tour is going to involve a few quick action events with Ignis here.
Tomorrow it is. The key is to let the pot simmer without ever letting it burn.
So because this is a tour, we'll get a nice AP reward if we manage to complete it. And it doesn't actually matter whether you succeed or fail. It still classes as being completed and you get the reward. But obviously for fun, it's a good idea to try and actually succeed with it. So we'll do our best here. Oh, you got that just about to start work feeling, have you, Jack? Yeah, I know what that's like.
When was the last time you cooked anything?
Too long ago to
You can probably hear me just spamming the left analog stick on my controller here.
But even back then, I was pretty much just winging it.
Backwards and forwards.
Cooking, I imagine.
Just with
And this bit goes on for ages. I tell you what, doesn't have to kill your fingers.
Well, let's see how things are stewing. Could use just a touch longer to thicken.
Whew.
If you don't
Get to
mind
take a break now.
stirring.
Oh, we're not back at it again, are we? Yep.
Not at all. If you don't mind telling me what this cooking class is all about.
This seems like it's a lot harder for me than it is for Noctis.
Fireside chat. See what's got you stewing.
So you cooked up this little pretense. All these years. Never stopped worrying about me.
My royal duty, per His Majesty.
I don't know if it'd be good enough for high settings, to be honest.
No, then.
The 1050 and the 1050 Ti do tend to struggle
Looks done to
with
it.
modern games if you try and go above medium settings.
Taste for yourself?
So I haven't tested it with Final Fantasy 15,
Sweet.
but I wouldn't suspect you'd get it that high.
Not half bad.
You must be eager to learn more of the culinary arts.
Actually, I'm eager to leave the cooking to you.
My half-baked scheme, up in smoke. How did you fancy returning to the stove?
Okay, that's the end of that tour.
Not so bad every once in a while. Just not first thing in the morning.
No, no. The world at dawn is full of wonders.
Yeah, can't wait to marvel at them all.
Dawn tomorrow?
I'll marvel at my own pace.
You were a big help.
Yeah, I'm good like that.
Right.
Right, there's our 20 AP. And there's one more thing we can get before we leave this place. And it's somewhere around here, I think, an Oracle Ascension coin. I'm going to mark around there on the map. And there's also a bronze bangle, which is the thing you can see. Oh, there's the blizzard I was looking for. It's the one magic we do need to start replenishing. Yeah, the game should work with a 1050 Ti, but you probably have to drag those settings right down, unfortunately.
How should we do?
What? I didn't even know any enemies had spawned there.
Do whatever.
Done with this riffraff.
Yeah, no problem.
Nothing to it.
All in a day's work.
Right, so I'm looking for like a little blue dot on the ground. I'm not going to spend ages looking for it. But I do believe it's located somewhere around here. So if you find it, great. If not, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I think we're probably just going a little bit out of the range of where it would be, though. So let me just see where we are on the map. I'm actually going the wrong way. It's closer. Let's head to the treasure spot. Actually, no, that's another camp. Alright, so I'm looking at my map here. You see, I've got the items listed. So if I just zoom in a touch. And I do think it's around here. Maybe around here. Yeah, it's a good looking game, isn't it? Even if you have to bring the quality settings down. It should still look pretty decent. Ah, Nut for Hardy, thanks ever so much for subscribing there on YouTube.
I am not into wildlife. More of a pet guy.
Stop it. Stop killing. You think?
I can basically just one-shot many of the mobs with this Ragnarok that's part of the DLC content. Which is pretty nice actually, because you get an AP point every time you kill with a warp strike. I think it's because of the accessories we've got equipped. Yeah, I can't find that Oracle Ascension coin, even though I know it's around here somewhere. If I wasn't streaming, I probably would take the time to spend a few minutes just looking for it. But for the sake of you guys watching, I'm just going to move on from that. So we'll just head over to here. I think there's a bronze bangle. And then we'll head back to the car.
Feels so sluggish.
Yeah,
Guys, we got a little problem over here.
cool. Go take care of it.
Alone? I wasn't part of the deal.
So when enemies spawn as well, you do get an aggro radius. And if you don't want to fight them, just do what I did then, which is running outside the aggro radius. The only exception to that is if the enemies spawn where you want to do something, like loot an item or complete a quest, then you will have to kill them. And we've got unlimited stamina at the moment, thanks to the pizza that we ate. So I haven't got to worry about replenishing that as we run here. Which is pretty helpful since we don't have access to chocobos as of yet.
Open sky.
Huh. I bet you must have felt cramped in the city.
Is that a crack about my size?
Let's do this.
Ah, okay, Samuel. Have you got the experience band equipped, have you? Yes, the experience band will stop you gaining experience, guys, if you're wondering what it does. It won't stop you actually from gaining the experience, but it won't add it to your tally. It won't add it to your total when you rest. So it'll just keep it stored in the bank until you unequip that item. So it's not wasted, but it's great if you want to go for a level 1 playthrough, or if you want to do what Samuel's doing and saving it all up until you can stay at a hotel where you get a bigger bonus. And especially with this DLC that's causing everything to cost half price, that 10,000 gil hotel that gives you a 3 times XP bonus, I'm thinking it's only going to cost 5k. Yeah, the Imperials haven't started appearing yet, Jack. We're not that far in the story. But later on they do, don't they? They just pop down from the sky. Completely inconsiderate of whatever it is you're doing at the time.
We need to replenish our supply of curatives.
Gotcha.
So I'm just going to stop by the shop, see if we need to purchase any more potions or anything of the like.
Good to see you again.
We've got enough potions. Antidotes, yet. And repair kits. Oh, we need a few of those. Let's spend 1,500 gil.
Much appreciated. Thank you kindly.
You see this, Nuct?
What about it?
Okay, Samuel. Yeah, it's really good that an experience band is, because it lets you camp then for the food buffs and to change the day-night cycle, but without worrying about not getting a good XP rate. Right, so there's one more repair that we can do around this area before we move on. And I'm just trying to see where it is. I believe it's around here, actually. So if we just drive over to this camp spot here, then that'll bring us to the closest point.
Yep.
Alright.
And don't forget, guys, just make sure you stay on top of keeping potions, antidotes and repair kits in your inventory at all times, since that's what's required to speak to these guys that hang around on the road and stuff when they need fixing up. I actually managed to cheese the Adamantoise fight by using the Alterna ability from the Ring of Lucy. And it didn't actually take that long either. I think I cast it about 3 or 4 times. And it succeeded.
Don't forget where we parked.
Okay, so the guy we want to speak to, let's go and grab the items first that are located around. Although I don't think the car is too far away that's broken down. So here we have an accessory, I think it is, if I remember. Yeah, garnet bracelet. And we're just going to follow this road around and we should see that car. I can see it just up there, in fact. There's actually a weapon you can loot around this place which is really powerful, called the Iron Duke. But it's not actually available until you finish the story. So you complete the whole game. So one thing you're going to notice as you play Final Fantasy 15 is there's a lot of broken down cars. And every one of them's going to want a repair kit.
You're here. My car is stuck. What a relief. Thank you.
Ooh, that couldn't have gone any better.
Okay. So let's head back to the car at this point. In fact, let me just see what's going on with this other hunt that we haven't yet done. It's probably still quite high level for us. So we've done that one. Yep, we've done that one. So this one only appears at night time. But we could have a bash at it, you know. So there's an item we can pick up as well. It's a level 14 hunt, but with our Blizzard spells is what I'm thinking. We might be able to take it on.
Yeah.
So I'll save before we do it, and if we get obliterated, then we can just reload our save game and not worry about it. Where's that item? Let's go and get that first.
Last thing I need now. Eyes peeled, mouth closed.
Unless it's on the other side of this rock. I'll leave it for now. It's too much out of the way.
Never fear, Prompto's here. I can handle this all by myself. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right, so just to confirm what I'm doing then, guys, I'm going to be spending the night, or spending the day, so to speak. We'll set it to night time, and then I'm going to try and take on these flans. Now, I'm not getting my hopes up necessarily, because this is a level 14 hunt, but we've got some powerful blizzard spells, so I'm hoping... The heck? I thought this was the campsite. I'm hoping we'll be able to take it on. Oh man, I've ended up coming the wrong way.
No big deal.
And incidentally, this is a new feature. It's only just come into the game, like the last month or so, I think. Maybe a little bit longer, but not that long. Where you can actually set it from daytime to nighttime, whenever you wish to do so. Which is really helpful when it comes to certain hunts and what have you, like this one. So we'll wait until nightfall. Okay, so it's the first time I've used that feature, And it doesn't actually rest you at camp, so you don't, you know, cancel your buff or anything. So I think I'll be using that a lot throughout this playthrough. And now we're going to make our way over here. And I'm thinking we're just going to run there. Unless there's another way we can get there faster. Yeah, I think if we return to the car and then drive back to the Longwythe Rest Area, it's probably going to be faster to run. Yeah, I was doing that a lot, Adam, on my PS4 playthroughs. Can we fast travel here? Yep. Let's try that again. So look, we're getting 50% discounts on travel. We're getting 50% discounts on motels. So apparently this is part of some DLC somebody was sharing in chat earlier on. But I'm not sure which DLC that is, since I had the season pass on PS4 and I do not remember that one. Ah, fireworks does it. I've actually got Blizzard. Like quad Blizzard. But yeah, the fire weapon sounds good. Is that the blade of Brennery or whatever it's called? Is it, Samuel? The two-handed sword?
Certainly.
Yeah, I know.
And now we've got to run 0.37 miles. Hopefully without being interrupted by demons along the route. I'm not sure actually, Greg. Since I've never played this game and only done the story. Maybe somebody in chat will know the answer to that though. So if enemies start spawning here, we just need to run. Because we won't stand much of a chance against them.
Maybe. Are we there yet?
We need to actually run around this thing. This rock, this mountain thing. Oh, the one hand. Which one's that called then, Samuel? What's the name of it? Is it Ragnarok? Is that a fire weapon? Oh, the Blaze Fire Saber. Oh, that's the DLC one, isn't it? Okay, maybe we'll try that then. I'll change it when we get closer, just in case any other enemies spawn in the meantime. Yeah, thanks for that, Samuel. Good tip there. That's one of the DLC weapons. There's also the blade of Brennery or something, which is a two-handed sword we looted in the last episode. I'm just going to have a look at that, because that might even be better, I'm not sure. This one. So that's plus 82, is it? Or something? I don't know. We'll try the one-handed one, then we'll try the two-handed one. See which one works better. Yeah, same as me, that, Adam. Well, looks like the demons are leaving us alone today, which is good to see. Oh man, I'm looking forward to getting our chocobo. I can't actually drive the car with manual mode at the moment.
Take better care of yourself.
I thought that's what you two were for.
Yeah, good idea, Samuel. I'll stick that on Gladiolus.
Huh?
And then Noctis can use the one-hander. Right, now where are these cretin flans?
What?
They're usually located around the icon itself. Here they come. So we'll go ahead, just sort our gear out here. We'll give Noctis a two-handed sword. And the Blaze Fire Saber. And then we'll replace the Masamune with the Blade of Brenere. In fact, I'm going to give that Masamune to Noctis just for the extra stats. And hopefully we'll get some good damage in here. We'll get enhancement going. I know it's crazy, but I'm going to try and cast a blizzard spell. Let me just see what the status is on these guys. If you hold R1 down, then you can do Libra. I mean, if they're like immune to blizzard, then there's no point. Since they're weak to fire, they could very well be. Okay, they're not immune to it. I'm just looking at that. In fact, it doesn't say that they're actually weak to fire either. That's interesting. What I'm going to do is bring the Ragnarok back due to its extra damage. And then we're going to try casting one of these blizzards. See what sort of damage we can do with this. I think we missed it because we got hit. That's one of the annoying things about magics in this game, is it doesn't go off if you get hit as you cast it, but you just have to wait for the cooldown. Right, so just waiting for Blizzard to come back. Try and gather these guys up again. I guess we can go for a Tempest while we wait. Come on, come on, come on.
Keep your distance.
Let's cast it about there. Okay, did a little bit of damage.
Hey, Ignis, instructions.
Here, this ought to give you an edge.
Thanks.
While they're frozen, you can actually do more damage to them.
Got it. Yeah.
The magic I find actually is really powerful in this game.
Radio, do it.
Though you do have to make sure you craft it well.
Sorry.
You have to combine it with items for best use, really. And we're starting to get a little bit low on health here. So is poor Prompto.
Okay.
Let's see what we've got. Try Piercer.
Watch yourself, Noct.
I know. Nice one, Pronto. It's nothing.
Oh man. We've got hardly any health left even when we use a potion here.
Thank you. No biggie. Brace yourselves, guys.
I mean, Blizzard is definitely doing a lot of damage here. Unfortunately, it's got such a long respawn, recast time on it.
Radio.
Right, we are actually nearly done with this. One thing I'm going to try and do here is just pop over to Ignis and change his enhancements to regroup. And this isn't good. The game seems to have crashed. Oh, no, it's uncrashed. Oh, that was scary. Oh, yeah, the gameplay is radically different in this game. It really is.
Ignis.
We must regroup.
Right here. Yep.
Move, 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 move. So we've almost done this, actually. It's been a tight battle. But if we can get one more magic spell off, I think we'll be in the clear.
Of course.
The problem is they're all spread out now, which isn't helpful. So I won't cast magic just yet.
Hey, Ignis!
Try and get Prompto healed up. Okay, we've got 2 down, only 3 to go. Oh, I didn't get the parry off in time then.
We must regroup.
Right here! Yep.
Oh man. Now we need to use a potion. Uh-oh, this isn't going to work. Oh no, we did, we got it off, wonderful.
Hey, Ignis!
Everyone regroup.
Sure.
Okay,
Come on, come on, come on. This is a tight battle. Oh man. Only 2 more to go. This is so close now. And we can't actually warp strike at the moment.
Ignis!
We must regroup.
Right here!
Right, let's get our MP back.
My pleasure.
Oh man.
Hey, Ignis!
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Okay,
That was close.
Still standing up.
We've done it. Have we? Oh no, one more.
Still got a chance here!
Don't go down on me now.
We've done it. Now I can say that.
That was a close one.
That was a close one. That was a tough one.
I'm comfortable just being alive.
I didn't want to waste my Elixir XL. I didn't need to. I know you can purchase them from the shop, but Regroup was doing us just fine, I thought. Along with a few potions every now and then. Yeah, Elixirs are good because they do restore your actual health that's in the black, whereas potions don't. Right, so that was an interesting one.
To see other people about.
We're going to go and hand those hunts in now, though. And then we can find a camp to rest in or use the motel if we've got some decent experience to tally up at the extra rate.
Hey, you're alive.
Yeah, thanks, Samuel. That was a fun one, wasn't it?
Rising through the ranks, I see.
A titanium bangle. Could be useful. Gives a nice health boost, actually.
Can I take your order?
I do think this game's a vast improvement over Final Fantasy 13. But yeah, Final Fantasy 12 does top it out of this one and that one for me. Although I do like Final Fantasy 15 a lot, I've got to say. And I did take a bit of time to get used to it. Back on PS4. I'll just rest here for 150 gil. We haven't got a lot of experience, but brings us back to daytime and restores our health. Oh, we got a fair bit. we'll level up at least. Wow, what a cool shot that is.
Hey, isn't that
Isn't what?
just my imagination?
Right, let's go ahead and make a save file. Alright then guys, I think we'll take a break here. Yeah, the actual summons were integrated well into the lore and the story of Final Fantasy 15. It's a shame that you never really got to use them as often as you did in the previous Final Fantasy games. And some of the summons, such as Bahamut, were pretty much really well underused, I thought, in this game. In fact, I don't think you could ever summon him, could you? But I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get into spoilers. But folks, I'm going to take a break from the stream for now. Should be back later on. So in about half an hour I'll put a schedule up on YouTube on the events page so you can see when that'll be starting. And we'll just carry on with where we've left off here. So we're going to be heading down to Golden Key. We've done a lot of the optional content around this zone now. So we can move on to that next. Yeah. It's interesting actually. I did use Exodus quite a bit in my PC playthrough of Final Fantasy 12. In fact, that playthrough I used the Espers far more than I did in my previous playthroughs of that game. I'm not sure why, but that's just how it worked out. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Adam. Yeah, see you later, Greg. I just saw your message that you're leaving as well. Yeah, cheers all. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and finish the stream. I'll quit the game. I did just save, so that's safe to do. And should be back, like I said, a little bit later on. If I can't make it today, I'll certainly be back tomorrow. Alright then, guys, take care.